A little bit, because it didn't look from the angle that I saw that the ground affected like movement. Like I didn't see the ball move, but again, I don't see all the angles, just whatever they put up there. But I was a little surprised.
Word of advice. If your team just gets pummeled 15-1, don't bring up any call that was overturned. And if you're asked about it, say, we just got beat 15-1. It was probably bigger than the call that was overturned. Pass on that opportunity to complain about that. It's embarrassing. We've had plenty of laughs and ha-has about the Royals because, like, what else are you going to do? It's just, I've talked about this. It wears on me. It wears on you listening. If I got to drag ass in here every day, Royals this, Royals that, bitch complain. And so you got to have some fun with it. Because after all, it is sports, it is baseball. There are much more important things happening in the world. A lot of negativity. So we try to lighten things up from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Jake always says, right before we go on the air, let's play a little grab ass today. And here we are. Have some fun. But today it's not. It's embarrassing. 15-1. It's a joke. And I had an opportunity to go to the game with some very nice seats, and I politely declined. And I don't feel bad about it. The only reason I'd feel bad is the Pasquatch bobblehead was last night. And I can tell you that a young man by the name of Richie St. John, who works at the wonderful President Hotel, said that a guest that was in town to attend the Royals-Yankees game, the Royals fan was so pissed off after the game, he gifted Richie that bobblehead. So, look, I don't even want this. You like this? You want this? And Richie's like, oh, yeah. I love Sasquatch. Not even really about Vinny or the Royals for Richie. He loves Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Oh, sure, I'll take that. He excitedly texted us. Says, hey, you know what? Keep that. That's highly sought after. But you got people at the hotel like, hell with this team. You want this? To Richie's benefit. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I thought about going was to get the Pasquatch bobblehead. But you know what? Time is precious. And that team last night, not worth my time. Well, that's your job. It's not my job. My job is to make sure I know what happened in the game, watch the game, read about it, prepare myself to talk about it, interview people about it. Now, part of my job is I'm assigned to go to all the Chiefs home games, and I cover those games, and I cover the locker room, and I love doing it. We have a roster of people here in rotation that do the same for the Royals. Get out there and cover it. I do the morning show. I cover Chiefs home games, and I do a lot of stuff in between. And I'm not compelled to go out and spend a couple of hours at the ballpark when that's the product. I'm not going to be sitting there, caught on TV, drinking a beer, ha-ha, laughing it up. Oh, it doesn't matter. World Cup's on the way. I don't care about nothing. Not me. Maybe someone else. But not me. Not this guy. You know.
I wasn't drinking a beer.
Now, the hell you weren't. People send me pictures. What do you think I'm...
That was a Crown and Coke,
well,
buddy.
whatever it was, liquor. Getting all liquored up there in the front row.
It wasn't a beer.
I was trying to make you sound better, okay? Ballpark beer,
His
you know?
money's worth in his calories. I don't waste it on a beer.
Right.
Ballpark, you should have a beer, but that's fine.
I agree. That's true. That's probably true. But I was in the
crust.
fancy seats, you know.
Upper
So
crust.
take
Hey,
advantage of it.
If they're free,
Right.
you can get those cocktails,
Yeah.
buddy.
And so, you know, this is there's nothing fun about this. It's, you know, I mean, how embarrassing. They've lost to the Yankees, including the postseason, 13 times in a row. I get it. The Yankees are a better team than the Royals. You know, you don't have to have a, you don't have to be a detective and have a full investigation to come to that conclusion. Oh, the Yankees are better. Okay, we get it. But you shouldn't lose, and no major league team should lose to another major league team 13 times in a row.
I didn't know that number. That's terrible. Man, that's unbelievable.
It's a joke. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You know? I mean, who is going to be held accountable? Who is it? And I get it, they're thin right now at pitching, but if Bailey Falter makes another appearance for the Royals, I'd like a written explanation about that. I mean, anyone can do that. He'll bring up anybody. But show that that's not good enough. And I mean, this team, just overall in general, last year, this year, they don't hit well enough. They don't produce enough runs. They don't score enough. They're not good enough with runners in scoring position. Any way you look at it, the offense isn't good enough. So what do you do about it? I mean, you got teams early in the season, Boston and Philadelphia, that both had, plans on at least being competitive for a postseason berth. They quickly saw, this ain't good enough. We got to make big changes. And we've talked about this. It's even my friend Anthony, who is a baseball-loving fool, and is very. He ends up being the last guy to point the finger at the manager. And I don't even know if I want to read his text. And of all my friends, even my friends in the business, he's the guy that's most influenced by analytics. Your buddy goes to Vegas for these big-time fantasy baseball deals with
Anthony.
With celebs and all these things that are...
My guy Anthony.
He's got his Pacoda projections.
He's
he's running
way
everything.
above that, dude. I could say it. He's not in the business. I'll say, Anthony, you should know this. We've been friends for decades and decades since St. Pius. You text me, it's public forum. When it's come to baseball, I'm not going to, If they don't fire Q after this, and it ain't happening. Extension saving his ass. And that's like, back when I used to tell you my grandpa didn't cuss very much. Maybe once a year. And when he did, Oh, Grandpa's mad. He just said ass. We are in trouble. You know. Get your ass out of that shed. Like, oh, Grandpa's mad. You know, for real. Someone that doesn't cuss very often is like, oh, he just cussed. When someone that never, ever blames the manager all of a sudden is mad about that, you know, one of your best friends that loves baseball as much or more than anyone, like, oh, boy. Now he's even mad at you. And again, we've talked about this in baseball. A team loses 15-1. There's a lot of people you should blame. But in baseball, it's very natural for the fan base to want to point a finger at somebody, especially when the team is underperforming. And who's usually the first guy that's going to have the finger pointed at him?
The manager.
The manager. That comes with the territory. But might I suggest, when the pitching sucks, you heard many fans in this town point the finger at Cal Eldred. Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Until, guess what happened? They realized, yeah, you know what? Cal Eldred's not the guy. We got to move on. How long have people questioned Alex Zumwalt as hitting coach?
For a while now.
I mean, I'll remind people of this again. Do we not remember the burner account on X last year that people think they found out it was Alex Zumwalt fighting with fans about Alex Zumwalt? Remember that? Were you?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No. That's terrible.
And then when someone on X said, well, I think all of a sudden that account got deleted, like, oh, guess it was him. Because he was under such great fire for the offense's lack of performance. So this ain't new. And how many times has his team... No, I don't want to count it. How many times has this team scored 2 runs or less now? I mean, and what did they score in game 1 when they should have won? When they could have won? 3. So it's not like it was some offensive outburst in that game. But how many times do you have to go out to the ballpark and get your buzz on like Nate did last night, or sit back and watch it on TV or whatever, and the team scores none or 1 or 2 all the time? And yeah, they switched out some of the hitting coaching staff, but not the main guy.
Yeah, his job title is Senior Director of Hitting Performance and Hitting Coach. And then there's 2 other hitting coaches below him.
But at what point do you just say, this message, it's either the wrong message or it's not being delivered. We got to go in a different direction. And that's way short of saying it's time to move on from the manager. But if people are mad about Matt Quachero, I'm not mad at them. You should be mad at whoever you want to be mad at for this performance so far this year. Because this was absolutely a team that was expected to compete for a playoff spot. And right now, as we sit here and talk on Wednesday, May 27th, that looks like a ridiculous notion. Could they turn things around? I mean, we've said this all season long. Well, they could turn things around this week. And briefly, for a while, they did turn things around. But over and over again, if it's not the starting pitching that goes into a slump, then it's the bullpen that'll blow a win. And it always seems to be the offense. That's always an issue. And then up until yesterday, or up until last night, the rotation had figured things out and got back on a run where they had a stretch of 8 of 9 games with quality starts. And they still can turn that into wins. Then you get yourself in a position to get a win and the bullpen blows it. And then the next day you got Bailey Falter goes out there. It just gets hammered.
I mean, even the outs were loud.
Well, you had a stretch of like 5 or 6 straight hitters that had exit velos of like 105. They were crushing him.
Oh, nobody was getting cheated. I mean, I felt bad for him. I mean, I'm like, this guy, he just wants out of here, and they were just, nope, hang in there, pal. Take it on the chin. I mean,
I feel bad for the people that paid to go watch that.
Well, yeah. I'm just. He wasn't fooling anybody. Like
15 runs on 24 hits.
Talking about that play that overturned call in the first inning when it wasn't out at first. I was like, well, he is lucky to be out of this inning because that was another ball that was tattooed.
He gave up 9 hits and 7 runs in 2 1/3 and 3 home runs. Avila didn't pitch well. And nobody pitched well. I mean, Tyler Tolbert might have pitched the best of everybody. I mean, I don't know.
Oof. That was an experience. I don't know that I've seen. I've been in the ballpark in person for a position player. I probably have at some point, but he was lofting it up there at 48 miles an hour.
So I mean, I have no idea what to tell you. Out of answers. But it's and this is very vague, and this is no help. But someone's got to do something. Something's got to be done.
I mean, look, one game here or there can get away from you like that. It's, I guess, when you put it with the context of the overall season on top of that. Because, I mean, that was one where it was like...
You've already lost. That's your 13th loss in a row to the same team. And you've been struggling all year long, and you've been playing bad baseball. It's not just, a one-off.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you just look at it at the game, you say, well, they're starting a guy that didn't have it. They needed it. They didn't really have a bullpen rested, so they just had to... Once it got away, the game was away from them after the first inning.
Like even the headline at Royals.com: minutes in, overturned call helps seal Royals' fate. No, it didn't. What are you talking about here? The score is 15-1, and the headline: minutes in, overturned call helps seal Royals' fate. And slide continues.
I mean, that game was only going one direction. Whether that call was safe or out.
7 years ago, that one taco that I ate made me fat.
Can you remember which taco it was?
Years ago, one taco seals fat man's fate.
Decision to not eat salad one time.
I ate a salad.
And
Taco salad and taco.
Gotcha.
Fat! Well, what are we talking about here? No. Bailey Falter sealed your fate. A bad bullpen sealed your fate. An offense that was asleep sealed your fate. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, listen. As I said, he wasn't fooling anybody. I mean, like, he came out the next inning and only gave up 1 run that inning, but they were hard hit balls again. And then the 3rd inning came around. I mean, he didn't even make it through the 3rd inning. I mean. That's like what I say, like when you talk about earned runs and the guy gives up, like, there's an error with 2 outs and then every run after that doesn't count. Oh, so you just get to give up 5 runs because you should have had an out? Like, it's like, oh, if he had just had that one out there, then the inning would have been over.
Don't give a home run to Ahmed Rosario. Feel free.
Dude, every guy was getting their rips in on him. I mean, you could see the look on his face. I mean,
6 of the balls that were put in play against Falter in the first inning, 6 of the 7 registered a 100-mile-per-hour plus exit velocity.
and I'm telling you, they were the ball that the questionable call or whatever, the overturned play that ball was tattooed. So that game was only going one way.
Well, yeah, the Royals scored 1 run.
Bobby.
1 run. You got any solutions in there? You want to say anything?
Me? No. I'm just doing some math in here.
Like what?
Quick maths.
Boddicker's in there helping you.
Yeah, we're just looking at 2 runs or less 22 times. Hey, they won 3 of those. They have 22 wins on the year. They have as many wins as they've scored 2 or less runs in games.
They've lost 12 of the last 15 games.
It's not very good.
So we're up to 22 times now where they scored 2 runs or less.
That's my count today. That's correct. Adding last night, 22 times.
And how many games have they played?
55. They're 22 and 33 as we sit today. And there's been 22 games where they've scored 2 runs or less.
It's wild, man.
Well, it's a bummer to feel this, like you're this buried before you even get to the month of June.
Only 5 games out of the wild card.
How many teams are ahead of them?
Does that really matter?
Yeah, it does.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Because then you got to outplay that many teams.
But the question I have for you is, what about this team leads you to believe they can win enough games necessary to actually claim a playoff spot, to really make a run?
Well, certain guys are underperforming.
What have they done to suggest that things are about to turn?
Well, there's nothing to suggest that they're about to turn.
Like, how long do they have to do this before we all agree this is what they are?
I mean, more than likely, this is what they are. Is it possible they turn it around? Yeah. I mean, Salvi gets hot finally. Vinny gets hot finally.
Guess what? Salvi's been hot, though, at the plate.
Yeah. I mean,
for the last 2 weeks, he quietly has turned it around.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, you know, for a stretch, if you, I'm trying to paint the picture of how it could happen, but it's not likely to happen. I don't think you say, oh, that I'm putting my money on it. But, you know, get a couple
what kind of
guys.
odds? What kind of odds you give me?
I'm sure you can find out what are the FanGraph projections on how.
But I'm not even willing to hear, like,
making the playoffs.
when Reagan and Bubic come back.
Right.
Because, like I said, they had that stretch just recently, 8 of 9
Right.
quality starts, but you don't score enough to take advantage of good pitching performances.
Yeah.
And it seems even when you do have a chance to close out the game like they did in Game 1, they can't even do that. So, like, what do they do well? What do they fall back on?
There's not like a part of the game where you go, oh yeah, they're really good at that. I mean, starting rotation when healthy would be the biggest thing by far, but
You said when healthy.
that's a big qualifier, isn't it?
Plus 475 to make the playoffs. What do you guys think?
Jump on it, buddy. Win some money.
Hey, they're ahead of the Tigers.
I'd love for them to do it.
Of course.
But what I'm asking you is, be realistic and tell me what do you see here that makes you feel good about that happening? I know, like, oh, this could happen, that could happen, but like, are there things that you think are going to happen?
No, I mean, like I said, I don't see a ton of reason for optimism. No.
And it does matter when they get their ass kicked like that. It does matter. Because you would think pride would come in when you've lost to a team 12 times in a row, including the playoffs, and then you just lay down like that. And now you've lost 13 times in a row. When does pride become a factor? Like, hey, guys, they beat us every time we play them. Every single time. I mean, you didn't know that stat?
No.
That surprised you?
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy number. In baseball, because, baseball, the odds are you're just going to have, we talk about this all the time, like even the worst team wins 60 times in a year.
Well, they had a chance to win game 1 of this series, and they pissed that away. So maybe that
they
was
did
their
not
chance.
have a chance to win that game last night.
Oh, what if they call that overturn call?
By the time I sat down in that fancy seat, they were already down 4-0.
Yeah. You were 2 drinks in. We'll take a break. Yankees beat the Royals 15-1. 13th time in a row. Unbelievable. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHB. All right. Feeling good. We'll see what happens, but those people that even after game one stuck with OKC winning the series, me, Jake, last night, pivotal game 5 goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 127 to 114. They now lead the series 3-2. And we'll see if they can close it out in San Antonio or deliver on my wish of a game 7 between these two teams, which I believe would be terrific. But OKC, man, I would like to, not a regular season because you never know who's going to play and everything else, but at some point during this run, not this year, I don't have the time, but at some point, I'd like to go down there for a playoff game because that just looks like such a fun atmosphere to watch a basketball
That
game.
place is hopping. That place is.
Doesn't that really be fun to watch a playoff game?
Oh yeah, they got it going on down there.
And I think we'll have multiple opportunities over the next few years, so I think me and Phil might figure out a way to go down there next year for a playoff game because that looks like just, what an experience.
I know a lot of people who, I've never gone down to a game down there, even regular season, but I know a lot of people that's a big family trip, get tickets to an NBA game, drive down to Oklahoma City for a weekend. That's
Another
a great
best
idea.
team in the league, too, and the MVP. So, speaking of MVPs, here is Mike Boddicker joining us. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Well, after last night watching that game,
Come on. Don't hold back.
don't hold back.
Give it to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want to hear it.
Oh, boy.
You really want to hear it?
The Yankees have beat the Royals 13 times in a row.
I know.
If you include the playoffs, come on.
No, that's pathetic. And then have him say a missed call. I'm going, that was a bad thing to say. After you just got pummeled, that call would have made no difference in the world. Why do they keep pushing Falter out there?
You tell me. You're the
I'm
pitching
sitting there
guru.
going, come on. They've got to have somebody down there that can actually look like a big league pitcher. When
His name is Falter.
Yeah. There's
Not a great chance that he's going to be good. I mean,
No,
sorry.
No, it was not good.
Literally telling you.
And every time I'm coming in here, I get a bullpen game. Oh my gosh! You know
Well, that's 'cause
how I hate
you love 'em.
bullpen games.
Those are your
I can't even
favorites.
stand that. Find some pitchers.
Stephen Kolek had a shutout.
Kolek was good.
See, there you go. There's your pitcher.
I did watch that. and it was-
There's
he
your
was good.
pitcher, buddy.
Yes.
That's what it takes to win a game.
Yeah. Finish it out, man. Go out there
I
and
mean, the Royals need you to
Shove.
pitch a shutout.
shove.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry. I'm tired of seeing the guys. You got Reagans and you got Boobie.
No, you don't.
Well, really, how much are they getting? To just I ache a little bit. I don't think I can go. You heard all the time as a pitcher. Reagans threw 4.5 innings or whatever it was, 4+ innings the other day, and he felt good when he was throwing. And he said, the recovery wasn't quite right. I'm sorry. You're a number one. You're a stud. Take the ball and get out and pitch.
He says it doesn't bother him when he's pitching, but the next day
Well,
his elbow's
just keep
stiff.
pitching then. Don't. That's adhesions. You haven't thrown for a while. Of course you're going to hurt after you're done. It's not a bullpen. A bullpen you never hurt. When you pitch, you hurt. That's part of the deal. It's a recovery time. It takes a little while. And the longer you get into the season, the worse it gets. That was our big joke in Baltimore. When you get back from spring training, you go to the store, you get groceries, you get a gallon of milk. Pick it up with your arm and take it to the counter. By All-Star break, you're buying a half gallon of milk because that's all you can lift. By the end of the year, you're buying quarts. That's it. You're going to hurt.
Do you want to know why Bailey faltered? He has an explanation.
The inability to get anybody out.
Oh, well, that's to you. Now, this is Andy Rogers' article. Falter seemed frustrated with his role. And here's Falter's quotes. I've been in the bullpen the past few days, been trying to do my bullpen routine, trying to stay ready, just in case I do get in the game. And then, just another last-minute start. Kind of throws a whole wrench in the plan.
Who's playing?
Oh man!
Now, what do you think of that?
Number
I
one.
want you guys to
Number
know.
one.
What do you think of that? No. What do you think of that?
He doesn't even look like a good AAA pitcher.
What do you think of that quote?
Oh, that is weak.
Bad. That's
That's
bad.
weak, man.
You don't like it?
How about being happy you're
What's
here?
wrong with it?
Well, where do you want me to start?
Give me
Just from the beginning?
Just didn't really have anything behind the ball today, so I don't know if that's just being in the bullpen for 5 days and then getting a start, or not really having a role, just rolling with the punches right now.
How much does that overturn call in the first kind of alter your game plan out there?
Well, it's hard to have a game plan when you don't have anything working, so you just try to do the best you can with what you have, and tonight I didn't have anything.
It was kind of a longer review. Does that change things for you at all?
No, not in my mind.
Were you surprised that they overturned it? Or do you not really look at that?
I wasn't surprised.
Sure.
So you mentioned just the long layup. What have you been doing just to try and stay fresh and prepared for an opportunity like this?
I've been in the bullpen the past few days, so been trying to do my bullpen routine. Just trying to stay ready just in case I do get in the game, and then just another late minute start. So kind of just throws a whole wrench in the plan.
And earlier he said not really having a role.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there you go. He's complaining.
He to me, he didn't have a plan. No.
But is that not complaining about?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess at least somebody asked him the question. You know, Sam McDowell asked him a question.
But earlier
guess,
he
but
said
yeah.
about not having a role,
Yeah.
and Sam was following up on that. Why do you even say that?
I mean,
After you get row-arced like that, what are you even saying that for?
like,
Row-arced!
Yes.
I mean, the thing is, like, you're a fringe guy on this roster. You know, like nobody is owed a roster spot on a Major League Baseball team. Like that is a privilege of privileges, and if you are, I mean, to me, in any group setting. Okay, I mean, this is a weird analogy, but like I'm just thinking about when I started doing games for MLS.
There it is.
At first, I was told I didn't make the roster.
There it is.
I'm just giving you an analogy. This analogy works. So, like, I think
Go ahead. Do it.
I was told I didn't make the roster for the guys that were doing the games for the league. Then they needed somebody to fill in for some games, and they would call you, but you didn't know when. You know, and then all of a sudden they would say, hey, somebody lost his voice, and we need you in Montreal.
But weren't you happy when they called you?
100%. You're like, oh, hey, this is my opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
To show why I should be on the roster
That's
full time.
exactly right.
That entire first year was me just answering the phone whenever they called and trying to be as ready as possible because you're not on the roster. You're trying to get on the roster. So whenever you get the chance to go call a game, you don't go, well, I only got 24 hours to prep, and I haven't watched either of these teams yet this year. You go, yeah, I'll take the gig, and you do the best job you can. You know, like, it's not going to be an ideal circumstance when you to me, like it's like you're riding the bench you're the fifth outfielder and you're riding the bench for a week straight, and then they put you in against one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, and you don't go like, well, I didn't even have a chance to get in my routine, you know, like I didn't even have a chance to hit every day and get hot. It's like nobody owes you that. You're trying to make the roster. You got to take whenever they give you the ball, that's your chance to show them why you should get the ball more.
When you get row-arced like that, you should say nothing that sounds like an excuse.
Roark's been getting his tits wet, really has.
Yeah, I mean.
You think he got his tits?
Oh, baby, yeah.
Roark's been getting his tits wet, really has.
I'm telling you this. I felt bad for him watching it. I did. Because I'm like,
I didn't.
Because like in the second inning, they didn't even have anybody up in the bullpen. It was like, you know, it was clear that they were saying to him, hang in there, pal, because we're leaving you out there because we're short on arms right now and we're taking this one on the chin. And it was almost like, I mean, I felt like his body language was saying.
Did you see Quintero when he walked out to get the ball from him? He was pissed. He needed him to go 4 innings.
And he looked, his body language looked like he was hoping to get pulled out of that game.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I, like I said, I felt bad because he didn't give up. He didn't fool anybody. And he at least admitted there in the post game that he didn't have anything. But I don't like hearing that. I'm like, you didn't have a chance to get in a routine.
My first game that I got to pitch in.
Didn't have a role. Then he talks about the routine.
I mean, it's just like, dude.
I was in the bullpen in 1980, and I sat for a month. Weaver would not allow me to throw a side.
Weaver.
Just in case I might get in the game. So I sat for a month where I did not I played catch.
Did you complain anything about your role?
Not a bit. I was happy as a lark to be there. And when I got second to the last game of the season. We got eliminated. And it was a doubleheader. Palmer goes, give it to the kid. That was in between games. They come out and say, you got the second game.
And you were the kid.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there going, I haven't thrown a side. I haven't thrown a bullpen for a month. 1 month. And they hand me the ball, and I go out and I pitched pretty damn good for 5 innings, and I ran out of gas.
I don't believe it. How could you?
And
Weaver didn't know your role.
And then Weaver comes out and he goes, "How you doing?" I gave up a couple hits. I said, "To be honest with you, Earl, I'm gassed." He goes, "Too effing bad. I got to save the bullpen for Scotty's 20th tomorrow." Off he went. And that was it. You suffer through it. I ended up losing 4-3, I think it was, or something like that. But
Being in the bullpen for 5 days and then getting a start or not really having a role, just rolling with the punches right now.
I'm sorry. These guys are soft, man.
That's just.
It's 5 days in the bullpen, though, bud.
I'm just telling you, like.
I had another prominent former Royals player that called this team soft.
They are
but
soft.
Did not use that word. Used a word that I am not allowed to use on this radio show.
When I was covering
a
the
prominent
Royals,
former Royals player. So
I sat with Dennis. I sat with a lot of guys. We did the Dayton Moore had his thing the other night over at Top Golf, and there was a lot of guys there, and everybody's frustrated. Everybody with this team. It's like,
man, that's just
bad. I mean,
I remember like when the Royals were losing, when they had that stretch of losing 100 games every year, and I was traveling with the team. There were so many times you would interview a guy, you know, like a pitcher, and his arm was like after a bad game. I pitched 3 nights in a row, so my arm was a little tired today, and I didn't have my best stuff. And then a month later, you talk to him. Well, I haven't pitched in 4 days, so my arm was a little too live. I couldn't control my pitches. And I'm like, guys, so you have to have like, it has to be perfectly in the.
By the way, Jake, look at this guy just crushed there in the front row of the game.
I had a drink at the game. Like, what is that? You know, why is that like?
I don't know. People are saying this to me.
Is that a rum and Coke?
Yes.
The whiskey and Coke.
It was yeah.
Why
Sorry.
couldn't you have
Jack and
lemonade?
Coke?
Well, who's to say I didn't have a lemonade
Oh,
as
I don't
well at some
know.
point in time?
Were you acting?
I'm not mad at you.
Because
Hey, if I had to sit
I
and
would
watch,
have I would have 10.
if I had to sit and watch that
Yes,
game,
I was on my best
We've
behavior.
had some issues
Yes.
with you in the front row of sporting events, and so we need to keep a close
I didn't
eye.
have any pieces of paper in my
That's
hand.
why I
come
don't
over to
know.
the table.
Because you just said, why can't I have it? Let me tell you.
Are you suggesting there's a history
That's
there?
what I'm just making
climbing
sure.
the screen. There's Nate climbing the screen.
I was tempted to talk some trash to Jazz Chisholm.
That's what
but
I mean.
I didn't.
I don't need you and Jazz Chisholm separated by the bat boy.
Well,
You should have.
Well, it was funny because when he got up
that
there,
guy.
he got up there against Tolbert,
Oh.
and I was like, "You don't get a hit off him. You might as well just hang it up, pal." And he bombed.
I guess you don't have to hang it up yet.
I guess you can keep playing. Man,
That was ugly.
yeah, but it's just I feel like that is that's when you're on a team that's bad, you hear those kind of excuses a lot.
But like those rosters were bad, right? I mean, those are bad teams.
Yeah.
This is not, that's what the pain, the kick in the junk is that this is not a bad roster. This team should be a lot better than what we're seeing. So it's like, why? Like Sung used to say, why?
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 Well, the offense isn't good enough, and it wasn't good enough last year. Speaking of the Yankees, we left that series disappointed about losing in the playoffs to the Yankees, but optimistic about the team's future. But we all agreed this offense isn't good enough.
Yep.
Yes.
And they sure as hell can't go into next season depending on MJ Melendez and Hunter Renfroe. And what did they do? They went to the next season depending on who? Those two guys in the outfield.
Yeah, but I sent you.
And now the Mets people are complaining about MJ Melendez. So,
hit by pitch?
Yeah.
No.
Strike?
No, he's not hitting anything. And so they didn't do enough. And it may very well have prevented them from making the playoffs last year. And so going into this last offseason, what did we all agree upon? They have to address the offense. And they did kind of, but not enough. Again, it's 2 off seasons in a row where they didn't do enough to address the offense. Do you agree with that?
No. Well,
and 2 off seasons in a row where we all wondered out loud, do they need to go in a different direction?
Yes.
With their head hitting coach.
They got rid of everybody but him.
And so
we're still getting the same results.
Well, it's too much of the status quo with the offense.
Yeah, because the other option was that, okay, like if you're going to improve the offense, some of it is you bring in other players, but some of it's going to be Caglione takes a big step forward.
Carter
Jensen has a good season offensively. That improvement.
They paid a lot of money to Jonathan India to bring him back, thinking they were going to bounce back. Mm-hmm. And when it happened, we thought he was going to be a non-tender. Like, why are you... they tried to force that square peg into a round hole to justify the Brady Singer trade, and he comes back, and he wasn't hitting, and then he got hurt. And that was foolish to think to bid on him at second base.
Yeah.
And now it's just guys that haven't been good enough, Massey and Lofton. And so there's a hole there.
Yeah, but I do think that's kind of the biggest concern to me is just that the guys that are coming from within are not performing.
And people say, where are they going to get the money from? Look it up right now. How much did India get to come back? And how much is Bailey Falter making? Add those two together and then tell me they couldn't spend that money someplace else.
1 year, $8 million.
And Falter's like 3.15?
How?
There's 11 pissed right down the drain. Yes or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nate?
Look, I understand that when you're the Royals, you're not shopping at the same department store as the New York Yankees. When you're shopping for free agents, you're going to TJ Maxx. You're trying to find good deals.
Yeah, but the Brewers are doing it.
All that stuff. Yeah, no.
But don't go spend $15 on a shirt that doesn't fit.
Right.
Just because it's cheap.
Sometimes you're gonna get great deals, and sometimes you're not, and that's happened. Like I said, my bigger concern is the fact that you're just not getting the guys that why is Vinny hitting 203? I mean, he's finally up above the Mendoza line, but why is that happening this year?
These are the messages I'm getting during the game.
Number one, none of the hitters are getting their front foot down before they fire. I was watching last night. If you watch those guys, they're starting their swing before their front foot hits the ground. You can't do that. You're screwed.
Mayday sends Royals got that curse of Bukaty for tonight's game, so you got blamed for the 15-1.
Oh yeah.
Jayhawk sends in.
Well, yeah, they were playing great before I showed up.
Looks like Bailey faltered. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get a message from MT Barry, just a picture of you drinking. These fans were on you, man. You're a public figure. You're a celebrity, and they know what a volatile makes you in the front row of the event.
I was on good behavior yesterday. Thanks to
hey.
Alan Caviar for taking me to the game, by the way. Nice guy.
KC Card Collecting said, yesterday was the first game I'd attended in over a decade. took my son to our first game together. This team is lifeless, embarrassing, and predictably bad at everything. Unless they plan on giving bobbleheads out every game, the stadium's going to be empty.
It was actually a pretty good crowd last night.
Oh, yeah, because of the Pasquatch bobblehead.
Thanks, Nate.
Also, a lot of Yankee fans there, too.
Homie says,
I was
on the
surrounded.
bright side, we only lost by 2 touchdowns to the Yankees. Well,
Yeah, 2-score game.
Matt says, how is Mahomes' knee? Looking good. You saw that video. Looking good. All right? All you doubters, all you haters, that revenge tour is going to bite you in the ass. All right? It's going to be a bitter pill for you to swallow, and I'm going to force it down your throat.
Whoa. Hey there.
Tickle your tonsils.
Tough pill to swallow.
Right back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB.